Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to be showing off the new prank kids, as they are actually amazing because you literally have combo off of any of the prank kids cards, that is the monsters. And then on top of that, of course, the field spell lets you search out whatever you want, so you can basically have insane consistency. What the deck will allow you to do, it's not so much a negate everything type of deck, but it has so much presence and advantage to the point where your opponent will usually just get out-resourced. You can burn your opponent for a small amount of damage here and there, but the main focus of this deck is really being able to Raigeki your opponent on their turn. In addition to that, you are able to recover off of legitimately one card. Insane plays with Pot of Avarice, as well as they have their own variant of mini Pot of Avarice too, with the Prank Kids Pranks, which is the continuous card. We're going to go ahead and show off a lot of different matchups, as well as some different plays that you can do, and 2 different builds if you guys are interested in playing this deck. So what the deck really does with, of course, the new card, the Meow Meow, that is the most important card because it lets you just go right into the Bow Wow, which is pretty much the go-to plays with this. You go from right into Meow Meow into the Bow Wow, and then you can go into the Cock-a-doodle-doo if you want to as well, which lets you go ahead and have some searchability, and on top of that, being able to have insane recovery for the deck. The guy's going to go ahead and start getting rid of a lot of the cards, and he's going to go ahead and chain the Prank Kids plan, go right into the Cock-a-doodle-doo, which is going to go ahead and allow him to go ahead and search for an additional card. He loses his board, but legitimately all you need is one monster for the entire combo to go ahead and go off. Look at this, just go right into Meow Meow, proccing the other effect, special summon another Prank Kid except for the same copy, the Cock-a-doodle-doo. Once again, going to be able to go ahead and reset a bunch of your cards, and you'll have access to fusion summoning during your opponent's turn, so you really dodge a lot of mechanics. On top of that, the Rocket Ride, if your opponent is relatively low, being able to make this card lose 1,000 attack and it can attack directly. Sometimes that can matter, especially since you're getting pretty much most of the Prank Kids effects, all the smaller monsters, every single turn. You're going to be able to go ahead and have that effect where you can go ahead and send one with Fancies. With the Dropsies, you can gain 1,000, and then with the Lampsies, a burn of 500. So you basically get to increase your life points while decreasing your opponent's. And then on top of that, again, the deck is very, very consistent. It's like one monster equals the full combo, and you'll have like 10 cards turn 1. There isn't so much negate, as you guys have seen from the gameplay. The guy ends up rage quitting. I actually was here live when this happened, but the guy was so mad because he wanted to attack with everything, but obviously it got negated on top of that. It did lose the attack. Should have probably waited for him to declare the attack, because if he did technically attack into this one, he might have gotten it, but the guy just rage quit on that one. But a lot of different matchups. There's against Eldritch Invoked. Here's up against Dinos over here. Some other great cards that I haven't seen everyone play, but I highly recommend. I think Reasoning is such a great card because all of them are going to be excellent for the levels. We have a 4, a 3, and of course a 2. And there actually is a card that you can make with this because it happens to be Aqua, that I'm sure a lot of you guys remember, which is totally awesome. So you have, I mean, you could Raigeki and then follow with totally awesome. It's not the most realistic thing to do to pull off every single turn. The totally awesome play, but it is technically there. But turn 1, I mean, looking at this, it doesn't look like that much of a threat. Again, it's because some players are inexperienced up against this. I know that this did really well at a YCS, but for the most part, I haven't really seen it be super popular up until now with the new Meow Meow card. So we're going to go ahead and see the Battle Butler. This card is absolutely amazing. This is the quick effect. We're going to be able to tribute itself, and you can now use Meow Meow's effect to tribute another card, basically itself, instead of the Prank Kids tributing, the Fusion Monster tributing itself to gain that bonus effect, which is absolutely amazing. And the thing that is really nice is it's not a once per turn, because originally how it was designed, you were supposed to tribute the monster itself, but because you don't need to, you can actually chain its effect to itself as a quick effect, which is really weird, but that's how it works, and I'll show you guys some of the gameplay of that in a moment. When someone else tries to negate this card, you can just chain its effect again, which is a little bit broken. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and be able to get over the board, but you see, he's used pretty much all his cards, and at this point, a Dweller versus, you literally all you need is one monster in this deck, and it completely goes off. Now, Dweller will kind of hinder the amount of options that are available because, well, it's going to go ahead and stop all those effects, but you can just run over it. And then main phase 2, he's going to go ahead and get that effect. Special summon a bunch of the Prank Kids. And then the Cockle-Doodle-Doo going to go ahead and add back multiple cards. So he has the top deck. Technically still has Diagram. He still's got Miscellaneous Source, so things can still go off over here. So Miscellaneous Source is going to go ahead and go for 4. He's going to go ahead and go right into the Battle Butler, which can, again, tribute the Meow Meow. And then at that point, it's Regeki. That's usually what people go for in most scenarios. Like that's like one of their bigger plays in the archetypes, so to speak. But he's going to go ahead and get a decent amount of attack, but he goes ahead and loses out his entire board. Now we see Lost World, and then the Prank Kids plan is activated. Once again, going into the Cockle-Doodle-Doo. Going to go ahead and proc the other Prank Kids effect for special summon on there. Do you see how you get so many cards with this deck? He's going to go ahead and go for the Tyranno, which, you know, that's pretty good, being able to attack all of these. But at first I was like, oh, he just got game. But on top of that, the Prank Kids plan has that effect. Where is it? When they declare an attack, you can banish this card from graveyard to shuffle any number of Prank Kids cards from your graveyard into the deck. So then you start reducing the stats on this by a significant amount, depending on, of course, how many you get rid of. And this card is going to lose out on some stats, but at the end of the day, we're really here just for that effect. But it did reduce it a little bit. He's going to go ahead and get the Petites effect going into Miscellaneous Source, so you can have a follow-up play. So now he has to deal with a negate that his opponent will have. And we'll go and see Meow Meow. So remember, link cards can't be put face down, so that's going to be unfortunate for him. Because there's really very few moments where this would be active, because you just have so much recovery. You don't know when he's got another Pandemonium. You don't know when they're just going to have another card just to summon, because it goes right into most things. But he'll eventually attempt to go for that effect, Kappa. So he's going to go ahead and think that this is the right time, and he's just going to lose out on his entire board, because that's what the Battle Butler does. And he's going to go ahead and get massive amounts of damage. It's almost game. Just going to go ahead and add some extra cards and go right into the advantage game state. And he's got Miscellaneous Source. So you can see the dinosaurs are still trying, man. Dinosaurs are a pretty resilient deck too, but I think Prank Kids are just way more consistent. Again, literally one monster equals game over for most people. He's going to go ahead and make the Coatlas, maybe trying to negate one of the fusion cards, which he's going to go ahead and try to do right now. And he's going to go ahead and stop Giant Rex and try to get some damage in. He's going to go ahead and send the Aiello to the graveyard. But he decided, yeah, I can't win with just this card. Like, this card doesn't do enough at this point. On top of that, he had impermanence. This guy rage quit. Or he just said GG's, and that was going to be game over for him. There's one more duel. Okay, we'll show off this one. The other thing that I wanted to show off was going to be the Totally Awesome, which I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. But this is going to be up against a variant of Danger Thunders. This was really popular a while back. But we also see Lancia. This is an excellent card to counter dinosaurs as well. When you activate that. This guy's running Polymerization, which can be actually not too bad in the build, because it lets you kind of go for things a little bit faster, considering you won't have to rely on the quick play every single time. It lets you have more follow-up plays, because generally the other card is searchable, and on top of that you can recycle it, but it just allows you to play more aggressive if you want to. So he's going to go ahead and go right into Cockle-Doodle-Doo. Go for 2 cards, and then there is, oh, this is the play with the Totally Awesome. So you can see that you do have some options, and then with Pandemonium, you get to fusion someone with your hand or field, which is pretty cool, but you can't normal special summon monsters except for Prank Kids, but that doesn't really matter, because there's not too many other cards that you will be making. So he tributes the Totally Awesome, and he's going to get a free extra impermanence off of that, which is going to be quite nice. Fossil Dig activated. Ash Blossom's going to go ahead and say no to that. Then we're going to go ahead and see the Weather Washer, and then once again Dropsies, Roxy's coming out, and you can see you could definitely make those plays if the cards happen to stay up on board, because sometimes this deck just gets out too many monsters and your opponent like can't kill 5 or 6 monsters every single turn. And on top of that, you have the effect of Regeki. So I think that this is kind of a nice change up to YuGiOh, where the main focus is not put up 50 negates, right? It really comes down to being able to out-resource. It's a good grind game deck, I would say, if you're interested in more of those. But it's not like it's super slow. It's not like it's anti-meta, summon Thunder King, wait 10 turns pass. But, like, for the most part, it's viable. Like, this has huge potential to become one of the next best decks simply because it's just one card combos, which is super consistent, as you guys have seen. I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys 2 different variants of deck profiles from the ones that you guys did see. One of them was more control variant. One of them was running the poly as well. But you can play the deck lots of different ways. You can not even run Psalm. I recommend just a lot of hand traps because that's just more consistent. Even DD Crow is just such a fantastic card right now in the game. But if you guys want the deck profiles, I'll mouse over the cards really quick. It's basically 3 copies of every single prank kids. And then if you want to go ahead and play some other backer, I'd say that there's like 10 cards for room if you guys want to go ahead and mix and match certain things. I really think Terraforming and Reasoning should be in the deck. The other one didn't have it. I would just recommend that like 100%. And also having access to hand traps are great because the deck doesn't rely on so many negates from the inherent prank kits themselves, other than you've got Regeki and you've got a Totally Awesome. And you're not going to summon Totally Awesome every single time just because, of course, you can summon like one of them except for it's the same copy of itself. But if you happen to have another summon, it's not too bad. But anyways, yeah, it comes all down to literally one card making the archetype so powerful because you can go ahead and tribute itself to activate the effect if a prank kid monster would tribute itself for the effect, and that's why the deck is so powerful. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel here, subscribe, turn on that bell so you don't miss out on more new Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And if you guys want to download the deck as a YDK, the Discord will be down there in the pinned comment. And if you guys want to send me any replays of things, you can send me an email, AzneyesReplays@gmail.com, or via the Discord. We still need to get more gameplay footage of the new Sacred Beast card. Actually, I'm already working on that. It's really cheesy right now for the 10,000 combo, but I'll be uploading it very soon. But anyways, I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one, and I'm out. Peace.